which brings us to some of their top recruits, including defensive end Jon Wagoner here. You'll notice throughout all their recruits, they have the Illinois Gatorade Player of the Year and the Indiana Gatorade Player of the Year. They got a big quarterback get there. The top guy, Spencer Petrus, just in the last handful of days as he was decommit from Oregon State. It is a nice class for Kirk Ferentz, and the head coach of the Hawkeyes is joining us now to talk about it. Kirk, thanks for giving us some of your time. The #1 player in your state, the state of Iowa, is staying home. What is so special about Jon Wagoner?
Well, you know, we really feel good about the whole class, and it starts in-state every year. I'm sure that's true with every program in the country, but, you know, Jon's a tremendous young man. He's had a great career in high school, multi-sport athlete, and has played on, their team's actually won 5 consecutive state championships, so he's used to being on a winning football team. I think he knows what it takes to be part of a championship-level effort, and, you know, we're thrilled about that, but we're thrilled about all the kids at in-state that are committed to us.
Well, let's stay on that position. There's a high school coach I know who said Noah Shannon is as good a defensive lineman as he's seen. And this is a guy who coached Tommy Shutt in high school, who went on to be an All-American at Ohio State. Tell me a little bit about Noah Shannon.
Well, you know, he's impressed us, just like everybody in the class. He's impressed us over the long haul. Some guys have been shorter evaluation periods, shorter relationships. But Noah's a guy that's really been on our radar for quite a while. They had a tremendous year this year. Just talked about Jon. And same thing with Noah. He played on an outstanding football team. He was a big part of that. He's got a tremendous demeanor, great family, and we're just, you know, excited to have him join us.
I mentioned a second ago the quarterback from California, Spencer Petrus, who is a recent addition to your signing day class. His high school numbers, Kirk, are incredible. What'd you see in this QB?
Well, you know, it's kind of interesting. Ken O'Keefe has been looking at quarterbacks basically since last spring. And Ken's got discriminate taste, that's for sure. I was starting to get a little worried, are we going to find somebody that he liked? But fortunately here, coming down the stretch, we found 3 players that we felt really good about. All 3 of them were a little bit different. And as it is, Spencer came in a week ago plus. He had they got knocked out of the state playoffs, semifinals, I believe it was, on a Saturday. He and his family flew here with very little sleep. They were here for an abbreviated visit, and, you know, he's impressed us in every way. So he's had a really nice career in high school. We think he's got tremendous upside. I think he's the kind of quarterback that will really fit well with our system, and, you know, we're excited to have him join us.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Sampson Evans played that position and was able to win the Illinois Gatorade Player of the Year. He also was a running back. He's a talented guy. Where does he fit into your program?
Well, we're going to figure that out. You know, the science of recruiting, you know, one nice thing about playing Fridays, we don't work on Saturday after Thanksgiving. So a year ago, post-Thanksgiving, I was walking through the kitchen, flipping the channels a little bit on our, we got about a 15-inch TV in the 12-inch, it's small, in our kitchen. We've had it for about 50 years. So I was flipping the channels, and his high school was playing in the state championship, and just saw some guy run around making a ton of plays, wearing a funny number, playing quarterback. So I didn't know who he was, came into the staff the next day and just said, anybody know about the quarterback, you know, that won the championship? And yeah, that kind of got the ball rolling a little bit. He's a tremendous young man, and his teammate Jeff Jenkins, another guy, you know, great guy. Similar to what we talked about a minute ago, back-to-back state championships. Both those guys are a big part of that, and you know, we're just excited to have both those guys join us.
You may have had that TV for 50 years. Chris Doyle hasn't been on your staff for
probably
50
years. 30 years.
A long time, though. Doyle's been on your staff for a long time. What was it like recruiting Chris Doyle's son?
It was easy. You know, the tough thing's always the mom. You know, the moms are usually the, you know, they run things, as we all know. But no, in all seriousness, we're just thrilled to have Dylan join us. You know, we've known him forever. They're a tremendous family. Chris and Tia are great people. Declan is working with us as a student assistant, their oldest boy. Donovan, their middle son, is wrestling up at Harvard. And Dylan's just a tremendous young man, too. Great student, excellent football player, and we're just thrilled to have him join our program.
Last one for you, Kirk. Big picture here. What was the biggest difference for you with this being an early signing day this year?
You know, I imagine I haven't heard the other people talk, but I know there's been a lot of negative talk about it from coaches. I've heard that on the radio when I come into work in the morning. You know, it's like everything. It just speeds things up a little bit, and that seems to be the trend over the last 19 years. Everything just keeps getting pushed forward. So, you know, it's another, you know, just another step in that. I think what's going to be most interesting, you know, we're right in the middle of this whole thing. So before I think anybody passes judgment, let's see what it looks like for the next 6-7 weeks. And I think all of us will have better opinions about it all. But, yeah, I think, you know, one thing for sure, it's probably going to be tweaked a little bit. It's a big conversation piece right now. And my guess is a conference we'll get together sometime after the new year and, you know, kind of revisit the topic, talk about it. And, you know, my guess is, especially with all the squawking going on, that especially from voices that get heard, that, you know, something's probably going to change here in the future. So it's like anything else. You just kind of, you know, roll with whatever gets passed, and you make the adjustments as best you can.
Kirk Ferentz, congratulations on your class. Thanks for giving us some of your time today.
Good to be with you. Thank you.